Good morning, everyone. Treasure Troller here from the mask-wearing militant state of Michigan, FEMA Region 5, and where there are no economic recovery regions in this state because we have Gretchen Whitmer as our governor. So a couple things today, kind of the same but different, and it goes along with early voting. And to me, early voting for some of these people that voted for Biden are kind of like the champagne rooms at gentlemen's clubs, or so I've been told by a friend anyways. And that's where you go to the establishment and maybe you find yourself attracted to one of the exotic dancers, and then she comes over to your table and she sits on your lap and everything's going great. You think one of two things, like, you found the lady of your dreams, or you found your kid's a new stepmom, and then she suggests that you take this little relationship to the champagne room. And from what I've told by a friend, things can be quite enjoyable in the champagne room. And everything's fine and dandy until you leave the champagne room and you get the bill. And then you find that maybe, you've been taken, maybe had in some ways. And I think that's what's happening with some of these Biden voters. They were charmed into it. Build better back, or build back better, and the nice guy routine, and they kept trying to overlook all the shortcomings, and then they put their vote in. They've headed to that champagne room. It's time to have a good time and party. And then they watch the debate. And then they see the hard drive stuff coming out. And they realize they just got the bill. And they've been had a little bit. And maybe even taken. So that's the first thing. Absentee ballots for Biden voters is like the champagne room at gentlemen's clubs. The next thing is, I was looking at some photographs from the rallies that Kamala Harris had in Michigan over this past weekend. And a lot of times they wouldn't show the audience. And a couple of times that they finally showed the audience, there was maybe 50 people there to see her speak, along with Gretchen and our Sleestack lookalike Attorney General, Dana Nessel. And half the people in the audience weren't even old enough to vote. They had little kids out there holding signs. And initially I thought, it's kind of funny and it's sad. But when you start thinking about it, you go, well, where the hell is this such a close race? There's thousands of people showing up for Trump. There's more Trump supporters showing up at Biden rallies telling him to go home, and yet they have Biden ahead in the polls. And maybe the one possibility, because I don't want people to get overly excited or thinking it's just something to laugh at, but maybe a lot of the people that were going to vote for them have already voted early. I mean, so what the hell is there to show up to? You've already voted, you've done your thing, So that's possibly why the rallies are a little bit smaller, because they've already cast their votes. This whole election thing is over for them, for some of them. Now some of them want their votes back. But I guess I'm going to not take the size of the Biden rallies as an indication of how popular or unpopular he is. So that's it for today. Just don't put a lot of stock in the crowd turnouts at the Biden-Harris rallies, and don't get talked into going into the champagne room. With that, this is Treasure Troller saying aloha and good day.